So when driving along a straight road, first of all you've got to keep concentrating on your position. So there's a cycle track to my left there, so I obviously have to stay out of that, but I will be staying over close to it. It's important for your road position to keep left on straight and on bend. So as I come around this bend, just for basically keeping left. In normal driving, always keep to the left lane where possible. Obviously if there's a bus lane or any obstructions, you'll be forced into the right lane, but generally you'll be staying in the left lane unless you're either turning right or overtaking. So when you're driving behind a vehicle, it's important to follow the 2-second rule. This means you pick a point that they pass, count to 2, and then we should pass the same point. If the tester at any point feels that you're driving a little bit too close to the car in front, they're not going to be happy, they're not going to be feeling safe. So it's important really just to keep a very safe distance from the vehicle in front. Now I'm approaching a junction, I'm going to go straight on, so as always, unless the road dictates otherwise, you will opt for the left lane. So I'm just easing off, gently off the accelerator. Have a little look around the junction, nobody there, check my mirrors again, and off we go. Maintaining good position to the left, not too far into the left, but just staying reasonably left, about a metre or so from the left. Choosing the correct lane generally will be the left lane, unless the road dictates otherwise. Now I'm in the left lane here, but as I look up there's a turn left only, so I've got to actually just change lanes and move gradually into the right lane and then cancel the indicator.
There are two variations for making a right-hand turn at a junction. The first and safest is called the offside to offside position. This is where two vehicles coming from opposite directions and both wanting to make a right-hand turn pass each other in the center of the road, driver side to driver side. The advantage of this method is that there is maximum visibility of oncoming traffic. The second variation, and probably the most common, is the near side to near side method. This is used mainly in a situation such as a narrow junction. The vehicles meet in the center of the road, but this time they pass each other passenger side to passenger side. The main disadvantage in this method is that there is limited visibility.
Check my mirror before I move off. As I'm approaching this junction here now, I've got to watch out for the oncoming cars, okay? I'm going to move up slightly. Okay, now that car has opted to do the near side to near side, which is passenger to passenger, so I'm just going to turn into it. My vision's quite obstructed with the cars there, so I'm going to wait until I think it's safe, and I'm going to creep and peep forward into a position where I can see. Vision's very obstructed here, so I'm just going to keep edging forward, look into the turn, okay, and it's safe to proceed now, and then off I go. So I'm waiting for three things to tell me I can turn there: a break in the traffic, which I got, a red light, or a filter light. At the T-junction I'm going to take a right turn, so check my mirror, signal, check my side mirror, manoeuvre into position. As I'm approaching the turn, when I get about 15 feet away from the junction, you can just put your clutch in, roll into first gear as always, look both ways, and then turn, and adopt the normal position to the left as soon as it's practical.
Take up position in good time just left of the center of the road. When it is safe to proceed, move off, avoid cutting the corner, and adopt normal position to the left as soon as is practical. Here we see the same maneuver, but in this animation the car cuts the corner and finishes in an incorrect road position. Here we see the same maneuver, but with an obstruction on the road we are entering. Anticipate the obstruction in advance and once again adopt the normal position to the left as soon as is practical. Move back in gradually. Here we see the same maneuver, but in this animation the car fails to anticipate the hazard ahead.
I'm going to take the next turn right here. I'm going to check my mirror first, I'm going to signal, I'm going to check my side mirror and manoeuvre gradually just left of the centre of the road. I'm braking gently, I am in fourth gear. I'm going to just go straight to second gear, making sure to come off the clutch and then to just stop just before the front of the car hits the middle of the road that I'm turning into. I've looked into the turn, there's no obstructions, check my mirrors and off I go. Make sure you don't cut the corner and adopt the normal position to the left as soon as is practical.
Turning right into a road, take up position just left of the center of the road, and when nearing the turn, throw a glance into the turn you intend taking, and when safe, proceed with the turn and avoid cutting the corner, once again adopting normal position to the left as soon as is practical.
So when turning left into a side road, check your mirror, signal, side mirror. Approach it in second gear, so just basically get to second gear well before the turn. Keep about a metre from the turn. As you come around the turn, if you see an obstruction, move straight out for it, checking your right mirror as you do so. Approaching this T-junction, I'm going to take a left turn, check my mirror, signal, check my side mirror. I'm in third gear, which is fine, because as with all T-junctions, my intention is to roll into first gear. So nice and slowly down, get your position with the turn, roll into first gear, look right, look left, look right again, and proceed. And adopt a normal position to the left as soon as it's practical. These cars, because I'm aiming to keep a door length from them, I'm just going to keep out slightly from them. When instructed to take a left turn at a T-junction, once again you can nearly follow the same principles as turning right at a T-junction. So first of all, check your mirror, signal, check your side mirror, and as you're approaching it, get your position with the turn and once again roll into first gear. Look right, look left, look right again, and make the turn, adopting the position to the left as soon as it's practical. Now here there was a parked car, so I just pulled straight out from it, and as you can see there's another parked car, so I'm going to just keep my road position out from these cars, avoid weaving in and out between them. So when you're driving, your aim is to be driving in big long straight lines. Any quick turns of the wheel is incorrect.
When turning left, avoid swinging wide, and on sharp turns make sure you don't clip the curb with your back wheel. When making a left turn where a hazard is present, you should always take the hazard into consideration. In this case, the driver has observed the parked car and moves around it gradually, while leaving safe clearance distance and moves back into normal position gradually. The incorrect road position to adopt in this situation would be to take no advance notice of the parked car, which would leave the driver no option but to swerve around it. This is not safe driving.
So to conclude T-junctions, when instructed by the tester to take a right turn at a T-junction, follow the same procedure as always by checking your mirror first, signalling right, check your side mirror, manoeuvring just left of the centre of the road, and as you approach the T, just roll into first gear. You don't need to come to a complete stop, but by just slowing right down to a near walking pace, it'll give you a lot of time to take the junction in, looking right and left for any obstructions, any cars coming, or anything that's going to alter the course of your right turn. For a T-junction turning left, you're going to check your mirror, signal, check your left mirror, keep into the left, and as you approach it, get your position with the turn, roll into first gear, look right, look left, and look right again as you're moving off. And what's very important on these turns, if there's anything blocking your view, that you creep and peep into a position where you have an unobscured view. You're not trying to look through parked cars. It's very important. And how you finish the turn is also very important. With the right turn, if there's any cars which are on the road that you're going into, obviously you've got to take them into consideration before you turn. So you might end up turning slightly a little bit earlier so that you don't end up driving straight towards them. When turning left at the T-junction, as you come around the turn, your observation will also take in any parked cars, and it's important that you take these into consideration once again, so you're coming straight out for them. You're not driving in behind them and then turning the wheel out at the last second.
For road and lane position, stay left on straights and bends, follow the correct course at intersections, keep a safe distance from vehicles in front, 1 meter per mile an hour, double in wet conditions. Don't swing wide when turning left, and don't cut corners turning right.